All right, good morning, friends. First Alert Meteorologist Keith Gibson here. It is a First Alert weather day. We have been following areas of dense fog as we've gone throughout the morning hours. And let's do a little Skycam tour, if we can, real quick. And let me just show you what's happening out there. I want to go to Shawano first, and this is where we've had some pretty dense fog, and temperatures have been around freezing this morning. So there's been a little bit of an icy glaze that's been ongoing over the last 24 hours. Some light freezing drizzle, some freezing rain, and some freezing fog perhaps with this activity around here. It's just been a little bit cooler back there. In Green Bay, we have a temperature right now of 40 degrees, low clouds, fog. Visibility has improved in Green Bay. Also in Appleton, visibility has improved from where it was when I walked in the building this morning about 1 a.m. Let's do Sturgeon Bay here too. We have ice cover on the bay, but this is melting as temperatures are quite warm right now. And in Manitowoc, we have scattered showers and cloudy sky and areas of fog as well. So it's a little bit gray and gloomy out there today on this Friday morning. Let's go ahead and check out our visibility here. As of the bottom of the hour, these are the latest and greatest numbers, up to 2.5 miles visibility in Green Bay, 1 in Oshkosh, 3 in Fond du Lac, so a little bit better along the lakeshore through parts of the Fox Valley, officially in Appleton, 3/4 mile, but you get back to the northwest of there, Wapaka, Anago, we've got near zero visibility in some of these areas, and this is gradually going to be improving as the morning progresses and as we go into the afternoon, but right now areas north and west of the Fox Valley really having the brunt of the densest fog right now. A dense fog advisory continues for most of northeastern Wisconsin and the UP through the morning hours. This will likely be winding down by midday, although it could be extended a little bit depending on how things trend here. We've already had the southern tier of counties get dropped off from that fog advisory already down towards Fond du Lac. But because we've had temperatures that have been around freezing during the last 24 hours, we still have some partially covered highways here. Could be some ice on the roads here across parts of Oconto County, areas in Menominee County, Wisconsin, up to the north. And just be forewarned, these locations still could have some issues as we go throughout the next couple of hours. Eventually, we are going to be warming up and we will start to thaw things out, but it's been a slow go. Until 9 a.m., just another couple of minutes here, a winter weather advisory continues for areas in the blue north of Green Bay. But just looking at the temperature trend, things are warming. They're slow to warm, but they are warming. We have more showers showing up on First Alert Viper Max, and we will have additional rain later on today. But for the rest of our morning into the early afternoon, scattered shower type weather as we go through time here. And let me pop back on to there's our sky cams real quick. Again, we went through that tour real quick a few seconds ago, but I do want to show you some road temperatures, road surface temperatures. Now, where we are highlighting the blue right here, this is where we've had those icing issues, and this is where road surface temperatures could still be around freezing or slightly below from Shawano to Lakewood up into the North Woods. So eventually we are going to warm. It's going to take several more hours here. It's going to probably take into the afternoon or evening to get completely rid of any icing threat here, but it's a slow go. This is just a stubborn cold air mass. With a southeast wind, it's just very difficult to scour out the cold. So we still may have some road surfaces or elevated surfaces that could support some icing or some freezing. Now, just looking ahead, our next weather maker comes on in on the backside of the fog. This will be later on this evening tonight. An area of low pressure coming through here that will give us some steady rain, and it's going to stay mild. We will stay above freezing now until probably tomorrow night. And that will just keep the snowmelt going. It'll keep the fog machine generating. It won't be as foggy as we go through time here with the rain moving on in, but it's just going to be murky, misty, showery, wet. And eventually by late tonight and tomorrow, check it out, we'll have winds that will be more from the southwest and west, and they will be a little bit stronger here. And this is going to support the scouring out of the fog, and we will have much improved visibility. It's going to dry things out too, those southwest winds on the backside of the system coming on through. Right now, our temperatures are in the 30s and low 40s, and our highs today really not too much different than where we already are. We'll be in the low 40s to the valley and the lakeshore, eventually warming into the upper 30s into the north woods, where it has been persistently colder here. We hold steady tonight, mid-30s to low 40s, as this area of wet weather comes on in here. And check out our highs tomorrow. Low to mid-40s again. It is going to be another extremely mild day, so about 15 degrees above normal today, maybe pushing 20 degrees above normal tomorrow, and some 25 degrees plus above average tonight. So that just tells you the volume of this warmth that we have here. But I do want to show you that we do have some changes coming up. So I know it's Friday. We have another extended period of time off before a lot of us go back to work or to school. But we have some building cold air again in Canada, the Arctic, and Siberia, the North Pole. And this cold air is going to break loose again. And I want to show you our 10-day temperature trend. So we are going to peak tomorrow, I think, at the mid-40s here. And then a slow descent, but still above average, comfortable Sunday into Monday. Tuesday, 34 degrees, 29 New Year's Day. And then look at this, temperatures tumbling, 20s and teens going into the end of next week. And we're going to have some nasty wind chills by the end of next week. So let me time out predictor real quick. We've got some wet weather coming in. Scattered showers again for the morning into the early afternoon. Going into the late afternoon, you may be thinking about heading out for Friday evening. Do not forget your rain gear. It is going to be very wet around here at some point this evening. Widespread rain is expected. This is midnight, and that will continue into the overnight, gradually tapering from southwest to northeast during the overnight into tomorrow morning. Now, predictors suggest that there could be a little bit of snow at the back edge of this, especially in northern Wisconsin. That is a possibility tomorrow morning or early afternoon. I think most of us will just have liquid going for the duration of this event. Mostly cloudy skies, breezy but drier tomorrow afternoon. As far as total rainfall here, we think 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch, a pretty good guesstimate. Most models are suggesting that range here between now and tomorrow. So over the next 24 hours, we will add rain, we'll keep it warm, and the snow will continue to melt. And the snowpack is shrinking each and every second now, and it will continue to do so here as we go throughout the course of the weekend. Here's your Super 7-Day. Let me just pop this up real quick. We'll go through a couple of things and just show you that we are monitoring a couple of things here. So mild today. We've got some breezes that will be moving through the region later tonight and tomorrow, as we mentioned. Could be some gusty breezes at times tomorrow, 25 plus, but that is going to scour out the low-level moisture, the fog issues, and it will still keep us on the mild side there. All right, so there's our Saturday, low to mid-40s, around 40 on Sunday. There will be a system over in Michigan on Sunday. I think we're going to be staying on the back side of it, so we're calling it mostly cloudy. Not too concerned at this point, but it's close. We'll watch it. Still around 40 degrees. Your Monday, variably cloudy skies, still around 40 degrees, plus or minus here. Should be a pretty quiet start to the week next week. But then we have a couple of things that we'll be looking at. Tuesday, 34 degrees. A system is likely going to stay to our south on Tuesday morning. The data over the last couple of runs have been consistently showing that we'll track down towards Chicago or to the south, and that would put us dry on the drier side of it here. If it jogs a little bit farther to the north, there could be a little bit of precip here in our area, but right now we're not too terribly concerned. But you will likely notice it will turn colder, and there will be some brisk breezes starting to develop on Tuesday. Wednesday, New Year's Day, blustery and colder. Now, if you're heading out to New Year's Eve festivities, I think upper 20s to around 30 for most of us here at midnight on Wednesday morning. That could actually be the high of the day. We'll see how things shake out, but it's going to be not too terribly bad. Mostly cloudy skies here. We should remain dry for those festivities. Going into next Thursday, our high will be 24 after a morning low of 17. It's going to be brisk. It's going to be chilly. And our wind chills next Thursday, a lot of schools going back into the session, back in session after the holiday break. Our wind chills next Thursday, single digits above and below zero. It is going to be a return to winter as we get into next week. So I hope you are prepared. That's where we are headed for the next week. We have warmth right now. We have some rain and some fog. Today, again, a first alert weather day, but do expect to see some improvement in the overall visibility as the day goes on today, especially going into the afternoon. Rain tonight, mild weekend, and then trending colder as we get into next week. And I'll just tell you that I think our next best chance for any measurable snow here in our area, we're losing a lot of it now. I think our next best chance is probably going to be a week from Sunday. That would be January 5th. And depending on what the NFL does for the Packers schedule, we may have snow around for the last game of the regular season here in Green Bay. So we'll just see how all of that shakes out. So there's a quick look at your 7-day forecast. Join me for the very latest in about 15 minutes over on the TV side, WBAY TV2. We'll see you there in just a little bit. Have a great Friday.